ring the bell. Appreciate you always for watching. So what you're looking for you is just an image of a beautiful landscape that probably doesn't exist right now because of so much of what China is allowing their people to go through weather warfare. You know, every country permits their people to a certain amount of their population to be depopulated based on their agreement with the world order, based on their agreement with how many sacrifices they need to appease the Elohims or gods that each of them serve in the game called life. Now, if you don't understand what the game called life is, you pick up a code book, pick up any religious book, pick up any book that talks about apocalypse, the end of the world, pick up any book that talks about the doom of the planet, the reset of the planet. And these books are code books, especially if millions upon billions of people follow them, because they need the minds of millions and billions in order to make it manifest in this plane of existence, inside of this simulated reality, this matrix. Okay, so I said all of that to say this: before I start on this reveal, I'm going to talk about doublespeak. And William Lurks, he has a rebel read, and I was like, you know what? I want to start explaining what the media does, from the CCP to Europe to America to Israel, CNN, MSNBC, all of the platforms that are used by these countries. My country, so many powerful countries use doublespeak, and they use the media to do it. So let's go for it. Okay, so this is one quote that I thought was very worthwhile talking about, because it really goes into why we must listen very carefully when someone says something, and then you must go verify it, and then you must, after verifying it, do more research on it, visual research, videos, or if you can find what the person previously said, written or hearing it. You just got to go verify. If you don't verify, you'll be led like a sheep to the slaughter, and you don't want to be seen as a lamb or a sheep. Okay, it's better to just be seen as a lion that's standing there roaring, saying, "Don't come over here, don't come over here." Let me get something right quick, and I'll be right back. Summer's almost over, and I needed to pull up. I pulled up a fig tree and pulled up a plum tree that wasn't behaving healthy. So I'm just trying to make sure that I don't waste opportunity trying to reheal those plants. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's why you're seeing before you this landscape, reminding me of the beauty of the game. The game has beauty in it, and the beauty comes from nature, but it also comes from man's creativity by paying attention to nature. So in our time, political speech and writings are largely a defense of indefensibility. Political language is designed to make lies sound truthful and murder respectable, and to give an appearance of solidarity to pure win. George Orwell. So anyway, so I did some highlights in his book, Doublespeak, and William Lurks definitely paid attention to life. Here it says that the development and spread of new technology, the internet, cell phones, social media, etc., has contributed to a large number of new words to our language, and the language is the better for it. More importantly, social media is also about language. So people are now using language more in their lives, in their daily lives. However, with this increasing use of language and all the very useful new words, has come an increasing stream of doublespeak. So the more knowledge we get, the more people lie. Okay? With this growth in the amount and usage of doublespeak has come a kind of resignation to such language, if not acceptance. Like when you hear somebody, you know they straight lie, but long as they fulfill what you want, you look over the lie. Because truly, their lie shouldn't be to hurt you, right? Truly, if they're trying to help you, there's no need to lie. There's no need to promise something you're not going to give. There's no need to tickle anybody's ear, right? There's no need of having a golden honey tongue, right? Where once people would laugh or at even object to doublespeak, now we find a quiet acceptance. Doublespeak that once prompted disbelief or in some cases outrage now passes unnoticed and without comment. Doublespeak has become part of the working vocabulary of public discourse. Thousands of people are killed in misdirected drone strikes, but we do not speak of dead children or entire wedding parties slaughtered by aerial bombardment. We speak instead of collateral damage during an aerial interdiction mission. We do not torture, but we use enhanced interrogation techniques, the same techniques used by German and Japanese soldiers during World War II that resulted in their trials for committing war crimes. People, especially politicians and other public figures like Bush Jr. and Obama, they use that technique, but they are war criminals according to the law. People, especially politicians and other public figures, do not lie but merely misspeak, or their words are taken out of context. Nor do such people make racist, sexist, or other offensive statements, like CNN News and MSNBC, Joy Reid, and Roland Martin. There's another chick that be on Fox News, Laura. She makes racist remarks all the time. So you got Caucasians that make racist remarks, and you got immigrants who are melanated that make racist remarks because they're truly not Americans. So we got to get this straight. We got to call it what it is. Okay? And Bill O'Reilly used to make racist remarks too. And Don Lemon. Either side of the aisle, they get away with making racist remarks, like literally they make inappropriate remarks and therefore not to be criticized for being racist or sexist, like Al Sharpton. I could go on and on, y'all. I could go on and on. These people get before us and they doublespeak all the time. Little Jasmine, a representative, she doublespeaks all the time. Of course, there is plenty of new doublespeak created to mislead by pretending to be the opposite of what it really means. When the opinion polls revealed that the public did not want Social Security privatization, proponents started talking about personal accounts for Social Security, which is the same as privatization. While many people and the U.S. Constitution oppose government support for religion, proponents invented faith-based initiatives that channeled government money to churches, like, T.D. Jakes' church, Clifford Dollar's church, Joel Osteen's church. All these churches now who are full of the Rainbow Coalition. Well, I shouldn't say Rainbow Coalition. I should say Rainbow Mafia, because I'm sure the Rainbow Coalition may be something else. I do apologize. Okay? That's how you get the plus in the church in a prominent stance. It's because you give them money. What is it? ECO35, what is it? 503C, something like that. Ending an individual right to use when you are injured by the neglect of a corporation or others is called tort reform, which does not reform the tort process but ends it. And when some politicians want to give immense tax breaks to the super rich, they invent the term debt tax to replace the accurate term estate tax, ignoring that the doublespeak term is incorrect. After all, the tax is levied on the estate, not the death. Just as the income tax is levied on the income and not the job that produced the income. Two wrongs don't make a right, right? Remember that. Two wrongs never make a right. And you got to know what's wrong, not who did something. Just look at it as, is it wrong? Now, understand doublespeak also can be placation. where in words someone can say something, they can be playing with you, they can be playing you like a sucker, but also they do visual placation too. Now everything that makes it to television may not actually be true. It may be a false flag to move your emotions, to make you feel like things are way worse than they are. But then there's always truth in the middle of the chaos. Okay? There's always truth in the middle of the chaos. All right. If you're not there, see it as, when I show you these visuals, read the titles, see the visuals, and see it as, if this was true, this isn't good and I don't stand for it. If this is true, we have to do better than this. And you speak that out into the atmosphere. We're going to have to do better than this. But do not take it into your heart as it's being the truth, because we're in a game. And games can be staged. Okay? So I'm saying some of this can be staged and some of this can be real. Okay? Because if you see repeats or resets, very well. When I saw a picture and it looked almost exactly the same as another picture with blue tarps but without tarps, I thought, oh, this could be a very wicked playing on our emotions. So be very careful not to be moved, but just know whether removing someone's life is right or wrong. There's never a right reason to remove someone's life. If someone's doing something grotesque, they may need to be put somewhere where they can get some type of help, or whether it's mental help or whether it's literal uh, helping them to release themselves of possession, because some people are possessed and some people have chips in them and they need them to get removed. Okay, and some people need to stop eating certain things that triggers them. Okay, so some of these people may have mental problems. That's what I'm trying to say. Some of these leaders may have mental problems. Some of these people may be led by a blinded eye to their religion or a blinded eye to money. It could be both, actually. Amazed, my whole article disappeared on me. I had to actually go back in and find it. It absolutely disappeared. So we're gonna see some images, and please understand, we're in a play. We're in a play. We're in a game. So some things can be true, some things can be false, but we want to make sure you protect your heart from being crushed. That's the most important thing. Don't let your heart be crushed. Understand that these people are in plays and games, and it could be true. I could decode it to see if it's true, but let's just read. Italy and Vatican. Well, remember, if you read the Jesuit oath, you'll know why this statement makes sense. They denounced the horrific sin, but not their Zionist center friends. So the reason why they're not going to denounce anybody is because the Vatican always is on either side of wars, just like Ford made parts for both sides. It's just what it is. It's just how they roll, because they are recycled into the next game. This Pope right here is of the serpent bloodline. So I'm just gonna give each screen a few seconds. What I see, so it talks about 1948, 280 billion. That's a lot, but it's not as much as we give to Ukraine. The sources are Embassy of Israel, Washington, D.C., and the Department of State. Okay? So it talks about at least 100 injured or removed from the game. So these people here can also be actors in the game who play for both sides, if y'all know what I'm saying. So this made ABC News. This is interesting. So if it made ABC, ooh, that's loud. Okay, it's talking about my it's talking about my iPhone. Wait a minute, give me a minute. I'm gonna unplug it. Okay, it's hollering about my iPhone. Must have charged. Okay, it's tripping. Okay, so this is to move emotions, whether it's true or not. This is to remove emotions. Select to choose what type of device. Look, I don't have time. Thank you. All right, so I won't play it because if I don't decode this, I can't say it's true or not. Okay? Because I know they're trying to bring forth the outline, the story that's in the coded books. This is the goal. You got ABC, which is 1, 2, 3. It's more of a 33. Okay, so it's more of something that's about people's belief system, more or less. So I thought this was interesting. Now, if you don't understand reincarnation, you may not understand. Um, okay, so you see the six-pointed star. This is the star of Moloch or Remphan. They claim it's not, but it is. That's what got Solomon in trouble, and it very well may be what's going to get Prince Solomon in trouble. So you got the six-pointed star, as above, so beneath. They'll claim that's not what it is. There it is here, and you got the 33-degree. He looks almost just like him by the eyes, which I thought was so eerie. I said, dude, there's no way these guys, did he die before he was born? That's interesting. That was what caught my attention. Um, when they talk about this kind of stuff, Freemasonry and Zionism plotted pandemic to lethal vaccination. So, of course, the sky probably sprayed with some type of, I saw in a dream some red, orange stuff, and it had spirits in it more than anything. So, the synagogue of Satan, of course, according to the one of the coded books, is the Zionists. Because they are saying they are in the tents of Shemites or Shams, but they're not the Shemites. The Shemites walk around here hollering and screaming. They have no say about anything because they keep voting Democrat. They keep voting Democrat. Most of the Shemites vote Democrat because you got the Hamites who are like Joy Reid and Roland Martin. The Hamites, they over here telling the Shemites, y'all need to vote Democrat, vote Democrat, vote blue down the blase blase blah. And the game players are really getting switched up. You know, Japhite, which would be Benjamin Netanyahu, and also the Asians and anybody in the cold climate by the Caspian and Black Sea. Those are Japhites, and you have them sitting in the houses of or on the land of the true Yasharel. But the Yasharelites, well, it is what it be, right, Hebrews? Y'all still um, playing a role of anger and war instead of getting your community together and getting your houses in order, you know, in these urban cities. But anyway, I don't want to be too critical because it is what it be. Among the victims of the attack will be always many children. That what Bernie Sanders said. Now, Bernie Sanders is a Democrat, but he's more of a liberal Democrat, a socialist. I can't call him a Marxist because I hadn't quite. He's not exactly like Kamala, or he's not like Waltz, because those are like Marxists. But I know for sure he's a socialist, and he's saying this. But do y'all know that when Benjamin Netanyahu came to Congress, all these people were applauding him. The senators in the Congress were applauding him. They actually advocate this billions of dollars for these people. So you got on one hand the children, the children, but then behind the scene they sign the paperwork for these people to get the money. It's all hypocrisy. It's all double speak. Remember the whole subject today, the whole thought today that you need to ask why, when, how, where, around to be analytical. Wrap questions around, okay, why is Bernie Sanders saying this? How is Benjamin Netanyahu getting away with this? How is the Vatican involved in this? What's the connection? When was there a connection? Who's kin to who? Who's taking a covenant with who? you know, what books they coming out of? Are they doing a play? When did this become very serious? The reset. It became very serious in 1948, according to them. Okay, so and he talks about it's not anti-Semitic to denounce the crimes of the racist government of Netanyahu. Now remember, Yahoo represents Yahweh, which is Enlil. Enlil is the Old Testament Yahweh. Why? All right, so and Yahweh is just a new name, so it's nothing new. He's just an Anunnaki. Okay, one of the brothers. So it goes and it shows Bernie and pictures. They got it blurred out. But remember, anything you see could be just acting. There's a lot of acting that goes on. If it makes it to television, anything that makes it to television, hear me. 9 times out of 10, it's not what you think. Is things happening over there? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But you're not going to get the true story. Never. They're going to propagate you a story. They're going to give you a narrative to move your emotions into depravity and depression and sadness and worry and fretting and stressing. That's the goal. And there are people who are willing to lay out and do their kids like this just to get their promised Muhammad to come or their Messiah to come. And it's sad, y'all, but it's true. Because they know that this is a game we're in. And they'll move your emotions. They'll destroy people. Both sides will work together to do it. I know y'all I know. It's weird, I know. But understand, you're not wicked like them. Zionists. Kids. So, anyway. So it says here, despite this, the liar, the Italian government, Antonio, already promoter of the, have been. So somebody has been removed from the game, supposedly. Perhaps her side is to lead a super party free to be slave of the EU and the Atlantic Alliance. Yeah, because if you don't want to bow down to be a slave, they would rather get rid of you. It's amazing how they be doing these handshakes. Remember when you see injuries, remind yourself, if it's true, this has to stop. This is what all you need to say. This has to stop. Speak into the atmosphere and then say, if it's not true, they should be ashamed of themselves for trying to move me like that. Put yourself in neutrality. If it's true, it needs to stop. If it's not true, shame on them for trying to move my emotions. You got to put yourself in neutrality so that you can't feed anything in this system. They need your energy to feed the dark energy in this system, okay? You cannot give your energy to these people. Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Okay? So it talks about the Palestinian Christians and Muslims have already signed an official agreement with Israel and Egypt just before the attack. Now, Hamas is supposed to be actually part of a collaboration with Benjamin Netanyahu and them. Nothing happens without permission, just like Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor, our government knew these folks was flying over here. But remember, in the depopulation plan, which the Georgia Guidestone's been blowed up, so they feel cocky. They think that they got it done. That's why they blew it up, because they feel they got it done. Just like with the Twin Towers. Blow them up. That's done. Boop. Out of here. Let's put up something else. Let's reset it. Let's do something else there. That's how arrogant they are. So if I read something and I stop, it's because I know you can read. They're always going to be agents. It's always about money. It's always about a social path. Even I heard Kamala say about more air, cleaner air, and then right once she said that, she said, and less people and deep. I say, what? Who is she talking to that she can clearly say get rid of people? Yeah, that's all it's about. Everybody's doing their bidding. Okay, so let me try to read this part. On the other side, there are the incapable and impotent Vatican, who, despite being a sovereign monarch state and therefore incompatible with any democracy, condemn the horror of, but are themselves terrified of using the word genocide, and perhaps even more terrible fear of saying that genocide is called Benjamin Netanyahu and is the son of the Zionists fomented by Freemasonry precisely to destroy the Catholic Church. Um, they're not gonna destroy the Catholic Church because the Catholic Church is the one that actually narrates what Zionism is. Just in case y'all didn't know that. Exactly. When they research stuff, they can throw stuff in caves and in holes and then in grounds, and they say, "Oh, look what we found! Oh, put the camera on it. Look what we found. We found clay tablets and vessels that are old." This is what these people can do. What you gonna do? Go run out there with your little stick, a little stick, and stick in some water and tell them, "Nah, y'all, this is not that old." No, you're supposedly not the expert in it. So your words don't mean nothing to these people. They can propagate what they want to propagate. And the Pope's not cowardly. He's doing his part. He's a reptilian. He's doing his part. Oh, I'm sorry for those folks who didn't know that. I mean, he's of the serpentine genus. Sorry. Okay. Let me speak that properly for those folks who are easily offended. Okay, let's continue. I try not to let this stuff move me because I know for sure we're in a play, we're in a game, and people do get sniped out. They always got this guy with a smirk. Oh boy. Interesting. So this will move a lot of people to just be so full of upsetness, and you do not need to be upset. You can't let yourself get upset because you're not there, you don't know, and you could be being propagated, and you don't want to allow yourself to be propagated. Even with the entrance and the intro of the Don Olympus, it was ridiculous. They go to arch frequencies. They're trying to open up a doorway of low frequency because that's what red and orange is, low frequency. So they got images of uh, I tell you, it's a he's really like his idol. Hmm. Interesting. NATO lies on the Mediterranean wars for gas. Exclusive interview of former Interpol EU officer. Interesting. Gaza Strip, 1948. So that's what I'm saying. When you see similarities, and there's nothing new going on. It's like ridiculous. It's almost ridiculous. You got tarps here, a building here. You got tarps here, a building here. I mean, what are these people doing? These values used to have 666 on them until, I started pointing that out and they had to take that out. Graphene is very important. Nano, transhuman. For some people, it will remove you. And then for some people, it's just going to add to the stuff they're going to spray in the sky that will cause a rash to come on your body and then removal from the planet. If you don't have it, pow, 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 you won't wind up like this former Italian Prime Minister, Berlusconi. Well, he has some adverse reactions, and he's not by himself. And some people got placebo shots anyway, so let's close out with some more thoughts. So, I believe that by knowing what gave birth to such language, we can better understand just how deceptive and misleading this language is, visually and written, y'all, both. And how it contributes to the corruption of thought, public disclosure, just as George Orwell warned. I agree with William Lurtz. Like, subscribe to the bell, then. Thanks for watching.